without these. But first, book club. Hey, were you so excited?
For book club? Yeah.
We're going to Neverland.
Going to Neverland?
Mm-hmm. They were flying to Neverland in the... I had nothing to do with that.
Longer.
What?
I thought you'd be in Oz longer.
No, we weren't. We weren't in Oz very long at all, actually. Which is interesting.
Yeah.
But they did meet a flying monkey baby.
Oh, is it cute?
Yeah, it was cute.
Did they kill it?
No, they did not kill it. Good morning. Good morning. We did not run this last night. No, we did not.
No.
That's okay. I will give you this cup.
Hooray.
And I will use this
better
cup.
than that one?
You don't like this one?
No, that one has a messed up, cracked.
How about this one?
Yes. That one's not correct.
Or the one with the mustache?
Oh, either's good.
How about the mustache one?
Well, that one works for coffee fine now, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing this morning? What's everyone doing this morning? Is everyone ready to go to Neverland?
Yes.
I just started a new job today. Oh, amazing, Alyssa. Congratulations.
Congrats.
That's awesome. Do you remember those soccer slimes that I made?
Uh-huh.
They were for Alyssa's daughter's team.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, and
Mom.
the other team. I'm like 7 chapters behind, but it's going to be so good anyway.
For the other team?
Well, no, like they have 2. Her daughter's only on one of the teams, but she bought slimes for 2 teams because she's so awesome.
Oh.
Driving currently somewhere in Virginia, stuck in standstill traffic. Ooh, barf. I needed this live. I need to stop scrolling and do schoolwork. You got it. You got it, friends. We got it. Let's do it. We're making coffee. We are making coffee right now. Basking in my Vikings win and trying to get my child to participate in daylight savings. That's fine.
Are you excited about Josh Dobbs?
What's that mean?
He's their quarterback.
Oh, that's the new quarterback?
He's like a third-string quarterback that he won with them.
Well, apparently she's basking in the Vikings win, so she must be excited, yeah.
He was on the Steelers. He was like our third-string quarterback when we got rid of him.
Really? Why would we get rid of him?
I guess we didn't think he was good, but he's probably maybe he's better than our current quarterback. So
Uh-oh. Shouldn't have done that. She said, yes, he played very well yesterday. Morning.
he didn't even know the playbook.
He's that new?
Yeah.
Wow. Harsh. I mean, great, but like, whoa.
He's good in college now.
I'm so tired, so tired. I believe it, Becca. You were dealing with sick kids all night. Does everyone know who Josh Dobbs is? Give a thumbs up if you know who Josh Dobbs is. Give a thumbs down if you don't. He didn't even take any throws with the team before hitting the field yesterday. He said, yeah, it's wild, right? I don't know if you could hear him over the sound of the machine, but that's what he said. I'm getting a solid thumbs down right now. Oh, Liz knows. Liz knows who he is. Liz, who has your original Secret Boy in her slime. The one with the very original Secret Boy. Hey, Grace. I believe she is a Steelers fan because she went to University of Pennsylvania, if I remember correctly. Oh, that's probably why. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. We're stopping in, getting Starbucks, perfect timing. Hey, Anya. Anya, I don't know if you know this, but I nannied a girl named Anya, not spelled the same way as you one time. And yesterday when I responded to your comment, my mom was like, is this the Anya that you nannied? I was like, no, this is an adult. I mean, I guess Anya technically is an adult now, but barely. She's like 19. No, Penn State, not University of... Oh, sorry, Penn State. But you're a Steelers fan, that's still, right? I don't know, I got that part right? My grad school best friend forever likes sports, so I think I have to learn how to sport. Grace, you and I can learn how to sport together. Do we want to sport together, Grace? I mean, I do still talk to that Anya occasionally, but she's in college right now, so I try not to bother her too much. I can run a class. Amanda can run a class. I have to learn who the Bills are first things first. Who are the Bills, babe? Where are they?
Browns in New York.
Wait, why do you have to learn who the Bills are? You're not in New York, and I'm not a Steelers fan. I don't have an NFL team. Well, Liz, you've been recruited to the Steelers side. Anyone who doesn't have a team is now officially Steelers fans. You have been inducted. Congratulations. Drop yellow and black emojis if you are now officially a Steelers fan. Congratulations. Black and gold. What did I say?
Yellow and gold.
I thought I said yellow and black.
Or you said yellow and black.
Yeah.
Black and gold.
Whatever. There's no gold emojis. How are they supposed to do that?
Are you
No.
serious?
Yeah, how would they have a gold emoji?
Oh, it's TikTok. They have,
Oh, Alyssa's a Steelers fan, been one her whole life. She's telling me that's not how any of this works, Cindy is, but I think that is how it works. If you don't have a team, we can accept you to our
Oh,
team.
yeah, it's totally how it works.
Yeah. Amber said, yikes, Steelers, LOL.
That's fair.
Whoops. Whoopsies. Amanda obviously put Vikings colors in because, as we know,
Of
she
course,
is a Vikings
of
fan.
course.
I live in Washington, and that would be dangerous for me. That's fair. You can be a Seahawks fan.
Oh, yeah. We beat them in the Super Bowl.
But didn't they do really well yesterday, or did I imagine that?
Seattle?
Yeah.
Seattle lost yesterday.
Like, really badly?
Yeah, really badly. That's the one you were laughing about.
Oh, Nikes. Sorry about that. But I don't think she's, like, solidly a fan.
That
I
was
think
the
she's
one where it
just
was
saying
like 3 to whatever. It was like 3 to
they got trounced. Okay.
They got trounced.
Amber's a Baltimore fan. Tiffany says, look at Sasha knowing NFL
Baltimore?
teams. I'm learning, yeah.
Ravens? Our enemies? They're our sworn enemies.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sworn enemy. All I know is that James is a Panthers fan. Who's Panthers? Where are they?
Carolina.
Carolina. Why is James a Panthers fan? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't really understand that at all. James isn't from North Carolina.
From South Carolina?
I learned what taunting is last night and that you can spin the ball too much. Yeah, I heard that. He is from North Carolina. Oh, why did I not know that? How did his mom get here? Too. Why did he and his mom end up in California? You know what?
Oregon Trail.
On the Oregon Trail, they traveled the Oregon Trail. I'm a Panthers fan by default, but because my family is, and I don't care enough to disagree with them. That's fair. She walked. You can pick a team wherever you want, but you have to stick with the team. I agree with that. I actually generally root for Penn State grads, like wherever they go. That makes sense. Hey, morning, Persona. Huh, interesting. We're learning a lot this morning about everyone's teams. Babe, are you excited?
We're learning so much.
It's really wild.
We know one of your people is a Ravens fan, and they're our sworn enemy now.
Yikes, sorry about that. Her family was, oh, God. Oh, wow.
What?
Well, so, James, Shira's husband's mom's family was in an internment camp.
Ooh.
And that's how they ended up in North Carolina.
Like Japanese?
Because she was born in Hawaii, yeah.
Oh, gosh. Oh, good.
She worked for the Air Force there and met his dad, and they were stationed in North Carolina. Wow. That's wild.
That is wild. Wild stuff.
Amber is North Carolina gang as well.
Oh, wow.
We have a lot of North Carolinians. I don't know.
Carolinians. Carolinians?
What do you say? North Carolina?
Carolinians.
Carolinians?
Carolinians, you're right.
Is that right? At least in New York, you have 3 teams to pick from. Yeah.
In New York, you have 1 team to pick from and 2 fraud New Jersey teams.
Uh-oh.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Tracy, did you... Wait, Tracy, correct me if I'm wrong. Tracy, I thought you were already a Patreon member, but then... You're from North Carolina, too. Tracy, I thought you were already a Patreon member, but then yesterday it said you joined. Did you just, like, switch tiers or something and it alerted me wrong? I got something with your name on it yesterday, Tracy, and I was confused because I was like, wait a second. She's not new. I was confuzzled. But maybe it was a different Tracy and I was confused? Am I confused? No, new member. Oh, maybe we had another Tracy. Oh my gosh, do we have 2 Tracys now? Guys, you guys need to you have to put your last initial in, please. No Tracys. No, we're happy to have as many people as want to come play with us, but everyone must use last initials if there's anyone else This is what I always tell all the Elizabeths and all of the Jessicas and all. I was like, you guys got to use last initials, and the Amandas got to use last initials. I have to have them because,
Or come up with like fun names like Sporty Elizabeth. And
sure, we can have like Spice Girl names. Sure, I'm not opposed to that. I could be Slime Sasha. It works. It's an alliteration. She laughed. She said, "Will do." Let's find one for Tracy. Tracy, there's not really a slime. Oh, thick and glossy. So like, that's rude, isn't it? You can't say
Let's
thick,
not
Tracy.
call people thick and glossy.
Yeah, no.
You ready to dance?
Oh, I'm ready to dance. Liz, you know very well that you matter. And Tracy, even though I was wrong about the trajectory of things, at least I recognized your name, right? We'll give it that. I saw your name and I was like, I definitely saw her name yesterday, which is true. Where is Secret Boyfriend from? How did he become a Steelers fan? Secret Boyfriend is from many, many places. He's a Steelers fan because his parents are from that area originally.
But I never lived there.
But he never lived there, but that's where they are from. And because he and his siblings lived too many places to really settle on one, they took their parents' team. I think, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Ha! I learned the lore.
I think in general with teams like that, no matter where the families go, they usually try to keep that intact, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, because we live in LA, we're kind of Rams fans.
We're kind of Rams fans?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. We're Rams fans, you guys.
I mean, they're bad this year, so it doesn't matter.
Well, so are the Steelers.
Yeah, it's true. But it's different.
Why is it different?
Oh, yeah, you're right. It isn't different. It also, we kind of like the Vikings just because they're fun.
Yeah, well, it's because we liked Kirk Cousins, but now he's injured and gone.
If they get rid of Kirk Cousins, we'll have to reevaluate.
Yeah. I used my parents' team because of foster care and never staying in one place. Yeah, it's the same kind of thing, right? All the wild card teams are doing so well this year. What are the wild card teams?
The league's been pretty... There hasn't been any team that's really, I mean, besides the Chiefs, who are always good, that's really been like kind of like...
Amanda's still crying about Kurt.
I know, it's sad. But Dobbs might be the answer. You might be totally okay. You know?
Yeah, but aren't you still sad because you like him anyway?
Yeah, it would have been cool to see what he could do this year.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because he's old like us, right?
Yeah, he's at 36.
Yeah. Wild card teams change by the week. What is a wild card team? I don't understand what that
on
means.
the edge of making the playoffs.
Oh, are we ever going to be on
teams
the
that
edge?
aren't winning their divisions, but they might have the concept of a wild card where essentially a couple teams with the best records can still make the playoffs and play in the wild card round.
When's the playoffs?
Well, not until December or January, I guess.
Oh, long time.
This is a 17-game season. We're only halfway into it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's get reading because it's really important to me that we go to Neverland. They can form a band. Their first song could be Unpredictable Honey Badger. That's right. 8 games left. Apparently, there's 8 games left. How is that possible? There's only 8 weeks left.
Yeah. Of the regular season.
Oh, I see. Because the Super Bowl is in February. I knew that. Because it usually coincides sometimes with Autumn's birthday.
And she loves it.
When we were younger, we thought that was the travesty of all travesties.
You guys and birthdays are wild.
We used to have to go to her aunt and uncle's house for the Super Bowl, and whenever it landed on the weekend that her birthday party would normally be, we were just bothered to no end by it. Autumn's birthday is the 23rd of January.
If Autumn knew that you liked football now, she would be horrified.
Autumn likes hockey now, though, so I think she's gotten over it.
Why does she like hockey?
I don't remember why.
Weird.
So I don't think she's. I mean, we were 14. You know what I mean? Like stupid girls.
Nope, she's never let go of that grudge.
Okay, well. I once tried to move on the Super Bowl and couldn't figure out why we couldn't get help. Yeah. All right. Are you guys ready to go to Neverland? Throw some stars in the chat if you're ready to go to Neverland. I am, because I love Neverland. I have a tattoo of the Neverland stars. That's how much I love it. So, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
To go to Neverland?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. Second star to the right and straight on till morning. Chapter 17 is called Adventures with the Lost Boys. Peter, where the Lost Boys and I live. What about Captain Hook and the pirates? Where are they? Alex asked. Wait, what do you mean come back? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Am I back? Am I back? I paused. What was the last thing you guys heard? Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I lost internet, I guess. At the very beginning. The name of the chapter. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I just kept going. All right, let's try this again. Chapter 17, Adventures with the Lost Boys. Peter Pan and his fellow flyers hovered above a large, fluffy white cloud as they viewed the breathtaking sights of the mystical island below them. There was a prominent mountain range in the center of Neverland, and the rest of the island was made up of hills and beaches. It was covered in forests and jungles, and there were waterfalls and rivers and streams and bays, and the water flowed through the island and spilled into an ocean that surrounded Neverland and then faded into a starry sky. Neverland was a child's paradise with adventure and discovery around every corner. It was everything the twins had imagined and so much more. Do you see that smoke in the trail hills? Peter asked, pointing to it. That's the Indian camp. And over there is Mermaid Lagoon. And right there in the middle, that's where the Lost Boys and I live. Well, what about Captain Hook and the pirates? Where are they? Asked Alex. Well, they're aboard the Jolly Roger in Pirates Bay on the other side of Neverland, he said. Come with me. I'll show it to you. No, wait, Connor said. We can't risk the pirates seeing us. They can't know we're here until we formed a plan to keep them from leaving the island. Well, then we have to spy on them from land, Peter said, and seemed very excited by this challenge. We must team up with the Lost Boys and travel the pirate ship straight away. If we go anywhere near the pirates, it's better to have safety in numbers. He dived through the cloud and flew to the island. The others followed him, except for the Tin Woodsman, who just went around the cloud, fearing that it might cause him to rust. They carefully surveyed the land as they descended, hoping their presence went undetected. Peter guided them to a tropical area in the heart of Neverland. The region was covered in sand and large plants with enormous leaves. Peter crowed like a bird, letting the Lost Boys know he had returned home. Just as they were about to land, Connor heard a soft whooshing go past his face. He didn't think much of it at first until it continued and increased, happening all around them now. He turned to his sister to ask if she was hearing it too, when he saw something very small and thin fly between them. What on earth? Everyone look out! Connor yelled. It was the sound of arrows being shot at them from the trees below. The twins and their friends dodged them as best they could, but the arrows were so thin that they barely saw them coming. They hit the Tin Woodsman and bounced in all directions. Ouch! Red screamed. The twins looked back and saw an arrow sticking out of her behind. I've been shot! Red went pale and her eyes fluttered shut. She fell the rest of the way to the island and crashed onto the sandy ground. Peter, the twins, the Tin Woodsman, and Mother Goose and Lester landed and rushed to her side. Red, are you all right? Alex asked. Mother Goose had a good look at the arrow sticking straight into Red and yanked it out. Red instantly came back to life and sat up. Easy! That hurts, she said. Relax. Your dress is so thick it was barely touching your skin, Mother Goose said. Peter, what's happening? Are the Indians attacking us? Connor asked frantically. Peter looked at the flimsy arrow. Nope, he said. Indians would have killed you with their arrows. A group of 6 young boys charged out from the trees. They were howling animal noises and chanting war calls as they ran. They raised handmade bows and arrows, swords and hammers and clubs into the air. All of them were filthy and wore clothes made of leaves, bark, animal skin, and whatever else they could find on the island. The boys came to a stop when they saw Peter standing with the newcomers. Peter! They all said in unison. Hello, boys, he said. I've returned to Neverland. They all cheered and jumped for joy, and they seemed fairly easy to please. Lost Boys, let me introduce you to my new friends, Peter said, but he wasn't good with names. New friends? These are the Lost Boys, Toodles, Nibs, Slightly, Curly, and the twins. Each of the Lost Boys gave the newcomers a ferocious look and a growl as Peter called their name. Each tried out-growling the previous one, but it wasn't intimidating in the slightest. No matter how loud they growled, they were still just little boys. Toodles was the oldest of the little boys and wore a pair of thick glasses. Nibs was very scrappy and was missing the most baby teeth of all of them. Slightly was the most sophisticated of the bunch, and he wore a tie made of vines. Curly was the chubbiest of the boys, and his clothes were very tight. The Lost Boy twins were identical and the youngest. They moved in such perfect synchronization that it was like they shared the same brain. "Look, it's the giant bird we tried to shoot down," Toodles said and pointed to Lester. "Let's get him before he flies away," Nibs shouted. "We'll cook him and we'll eat for days," Curly said. "It's been ages since we had a proper meal," Slightly said. "Attack!" said the Lost twins. The Lost Boys licked their lips and ran after Lester like savages. Lester hid behind Mother Goose and Peter blocked the boys from attacking. "Boys, leave the bird alone," Peter commanded. "He's a friend of Alex, and any friend of Alex is a friend of mine." The Lost Boys slumped and kicked the sand. "Yes, Peter," they said together. Their excitement quickly returned as they saw the Tin Woodsman. "Look at that man," Toodles said. "He's made of metal," Slightly said. "We could turn him into an oven," Curly said. "And weapons," Nibs said. "Attack!" said the Lost twins. The Lost Boys chased the Tin Man and tackled him to the ground. They chanted their war calls and beat him with their weapons. "Hey, stop it! Knock that off!" the Tin Woodsman said. The others couldn't believe what they were seeing. The Lost Boys were the worst behaved children in the universe. It was as if they were playing characters in a wild game of pretend, but the game never ended. "And that is why I never reproduced," Mother Goose said. "I don't think these children are qualified to help us," Red whispered to the twins. The twins were getting frustrated. They couldn't afford to lose any more time. Alex waved her hand as a strong wind blew the Lost Boys off the Tin Woodsman. They got to their feet and huddled in fear. "She's a witch!" the boys yelled and pointed at her. "I'm much scarier than a witch," Alex said. "And if any of you brats try to hunt, shoot, or attack one of my friends again, I'll turn you into birds and hunt you myself." "Peter, why would you bring a witch back to Neverland?" Toodles asked. "I can't believe Tink let you do this," Nibs said. "She's gonna give me nightmares," Curly confessed. "Wait a second. Where is Tink?" Slightly asked. "Tinkerbell?" the Lost twins asked. The Lost Boys looked all around the island for their pixie friend, but she was nowhere to be found. Peter broke the news. "Tinkerbell's been kidnapped. I brought Alex and her friends back to Neverland to help us rescue Tink from the man who stole her." "Kidnapped?" Curly said in shock. "Not Tinkerbell," Toodles said and burst into tears. "He'll pay for this," Nibs said with a vengeful scream. "But who kidnapped her?" Slightly asked. "Yeah, who?" the Lost twins asked. Peter looked at Alex and Connor. Perhaps it was best if one of them explained. "He's a terrible man who wants to recruit Captain Hook and the other pirates for a special army," Alex said. "We've got to find him and stop him before he leaves Neverland with the pirates and Tinkerbell." The Lost Boys shook with rage. They were furious that someone would do this to their friends. "We'll leave for the Jolly Roger at once," Nibs said. "We'll stop them from leaving with Tinkerbell," Toodles said. "We'll show those pirates no mercy," Slightly said. "We'll take no prisoners," Curly said. "Attack!" said the Lost twins. Each Lost Boy was more passionate than the next. They didn't need much explanation to get excited about something. "Guys, calm down. It's not that simple," Connor said. "This man we're talking about isn't alone. He has wolves and crows and bees and flying monkeys and an army of Winkies with him. We won't stand a chance if we just barge onto the ship and start a fight. We need to see the ship and come up with a plan to stop them." Once again, the Lost Boys slumped and they kicked the sand. All they wanted to do was attack something today. Was that too much to ask? "You heard him, boys," Peter said and flew into the air. "Let's lead our new friends to the pirates and see what we're up against." He flew into the trees and the Lost Boys ran after him. The twins looked at the others and shrugged. "I guess we should follow them," Alex said. "This is going to go horribly wrong," Red said. "Well, there's not much else we can do," Mother Goose said. "Let's just follow these Boy Scouts from Hades and hope for the best." They exchanged looks and... That's funny, Becca. Let's just follow these Boy Scouts from Hades and hope for the best. They exchanged looks, each more apprehensive than the last, but Mother Goose was right. Peter quickly returned with some information he had forgotten to share. "Friendly warning to watch your step," he said. "The Lost Boys like setting traps." They carefully followed Peter and the Lost Boys to the other side of the island. The Neverland jungles were filled with grotesque reptiles and repulsive insects, a little boy's dream. Red almost had a panic attack at the sight of them. She closed her eyes and let the twins guide her so that she could pretend she was somewhere else. They arrived at Pirates Bay and hid behind a row of boulders on the beach. The Jolly Roger was enormous enough of a ship that made of red and black wood, and it took up the majority of the bay. Alex and Connor never had too much experience with pirate ships, but Captain Hook's was by far the most impressive they had ever seen. They heard lots of voices and activity coming from the ship, but the Jolly Roger was so tall they couldn't see what was happening on deck. "Can we get any closer?" Connor asked. "Not without the pirates seeing us," Peter said. A small rowboat was lowered off the ship. It only had one passenger on it, and the twins didn't need to be any closer to recognize him. "Connor, look!" Alex said. "It's Uncle Lloyd." "What's he doing?" Connor asked. He didn't appear frustrated or defeated, as if the pirates were kicking him off their ship. On the contrary, he looked rather excited. Lloyd rowed the boat to the center of the bay and stopped. He waved a white handkerchief at the ship. A pirate watching from the crow's neck waved a handkerchief back and then whistled to the pirates on deck. The sails were raised and they filled the skies, soaking up the ocean breeze. The Jolly Roger crept into the bay, heading directly for Lloyd and the rowboat. Lloyd pulled out a blue potion bottle from his lapel pocket and poured a few drops of it onto a red book. The bright beam shined directly out of it and towards the sky. "He and the book are going to get crushed if he doesn't get out of the way," Mother Goose said. "Granted, my knowledge about ships isn't that great. I was only on the Mayflower for a weekend." The twins watched in anticipation. What could their uncle possibly have up his sleeve now? To their astonishment, the Jolly Roger rose out of the water and flew into the air. "How is that possible?" Red gasped. "They must have used Tink's pixie dust on the entire ship," Peter said. It flew over the rowboat and into the beam of light. The entire ship, the pirates, and everyone else on board disappeared from Neverland and entered the Red Book's story. Lloyd cheered from the rowboat as he watched the ship vanish. Another phase of his plan was complete. The twins' uncle wrapped a heavy chain around the book's back cover. In one swift move, he jumped into the beam himself, dropped the book into the ocean, and Lloyd disappeared, and the Red Book sank to the bottom of the bay. The twins and the onlookers ran out from behind the boulder and stared at the bay in disbelief. "I can't believe he did it," Alex said. "He left with not only Captain Hook and the pirates, but their whole ship, too." "Did they just travel inside a magic book?" Peter asked the twins. "Don't you start asking questions now, kid," Mother Goose said. "Your head will explode." "We've got to get that book," Connor said, eyeing the water. "All right, raise your hand if you're a good swimmer. Nibs, I'm assuming it's you." "The bay's too deep for any human to reach the bottom," Peter said, "but I know something that can. Boys, let's take our friends to the lagoon." We all know who they're going to get to do their bidding now, don't we? Bum, ba, da, bum, bum, bum. We're more than halfway through, you guys. Well, on the other end. All right, friends. I got to go because I got to write this morning and then pack orders for y'all and all sorts of fun stuff. Don't forget, we have Roll for Slime After Dark tomorrow. If you're getting an After Dark slime this month and you want to sign up, the sign up is up on Patreon right now. For anyone who's got a November After Dark tomorrow, we've got plenty of space. I think only 3 people signed up so far, and there's definitely more than that owed them. So jump in for tomorrow and get your After Dark with all the new stuff for the After Dark. It's all brand new. Not all brand new. We still have some of our classics that we love, but like there's 5 brand new charms, 3 brand new glitters, all sorts of stuff. So tons of goodies. I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go eat breakfast and then write as much as I can because we got storying to do, guys. We gotta write a novel. Yeah. See you later.